Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing amazing. This is David Hoffman from Davidsbeenhere. If you guys haven't noticed, over the past 3 years, I traveled to India 5 times, visiting dozens of states, territories, and numerous cities and towns. And today I want to introduce you to the top 20 cities you must visit in India. Keep in mind, this isn't a definite top 20 list, just the top 20 cities and towns I visited so far. I barely scratched the surface of all of the mind-blowing places to visit in India, so there's a lot more you can explore. It's also not a ranking. I'm just gonna do them in the order I traveled them. I'm gonna take you on an awesome ride from India's northern states to its deep south, to its northeasternmost reaches, and lots of places in between. Before we jump into the video, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell to get updated when all the new videos drop. Now you guys ready to dive into the top 20 cities you must visit in India? Let's do it. First up, we have the very first city in India I ever visited, Delhi. It's the second most populated city in the country after Mumbai, with over 11 million residents. Delhi has been continuously inhabited since the 6th century BC and has served as the capital of several empires and kingdoms. Visiting Delhi can be a wild ride. It's an extremely loud city, and the hustle and bustle is non-stop and wears on even deep into the night. At night, I suggest sleeping with a pair of earplugs so you get some rest. Trust me, you'll need them. While you're in Delhi, check out local sites like the Jama Masjid Mosque, Red Fort, Lohdi Gardens, and the Humayun's tomb. When you get hungry, go out and explore Old Delhi, also known as Chandni Chowk, to try some of Delhi's world-famous street foods like jalebi and parathas with various chutneys. I also recommend Connaught Place, where you can find a flaming treat called fire pan. Don't miss Little Tibet, where you can try delicious Tibetan momos, blood sausages, and noodles. Just coat your stomach with some Pepto before eating any street food. It can lower the chances of you getting Delhi belly. Trust me, as someone who knows the horrors of Delhi belly firsthand, you'll want to take every precaution possible.
I'm gonna try ice pan. This is ice pan. Okay, dude, what is this?
Yeah,
Oh.
You can't visit Delhi without setting aside a day to explore the city of Agra, which is located along the Yamuna River in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Contrary to the popular belief, there's actually quite a bit to do in Agra. I recommend taking an early train from Delhi so you can have the entire day to check out the beautiful Mughal era buildings. There's a reason why Agra is part of both the Golden Triangle Tourist Circuit and the Uttar Pradesh Heritage Arc. The entire city is a historical and architectural marvel. When you're there, you have to check out the tomb of Itamad Uda Dula, a mausoleum also known as the Baby Taj. You also can't miss the Agra Fort, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and walled city that is home to several palaces. About 45 minutes outside the city is Fatehpur Sikri, the capital of the Mughal Empire. But of course, the main attraction in Agra is the Taj Mahal, a gorgeous 17th century mausoleum, UNESCO World Heritage Site, and one of the new 7 wonders of the world. The tomb is dedicated to the wife of the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan and is absolutely breathtaking in person.
That's amazing.
How's this? Look at
stunning, it's stunning.
My third city in India you must visit is Lucknow, also known as the city of Nawabs. Located in Uttar Pradesh in northern India, Lucknow is a cultural hub as well as one of India's most important centers for finance, education, technology, aerospace, music, and much more. The word Nawab is an honorific title given by the reigning Mughal emperor, and Lucknow served as the Nawab's seat of power in the 18th and 19th centuries. The number of amazing sites to visit in Lucknow is seemingly endless. Some of my favorites include the British Residences, a complex that dates back to 1780, and the Chota Imambara, a sacred prayer hall and mausoleum that's also known as the Palace of Lights. Ambedkar Memorial Park is home to 62 beautiful elephant statues and is particularly special to me as it's where I held my first meetup. I also recommend the imposing Rumi Gate, which towers above the streets of Lucknow, and the beautiful Bara Imambara, a large Mughal complex that contains a large mosque and a magnificent 200-foot deep stepwell. Also inside the complex is a complicated labyrinth-like network of passageways that boast 489 identical doorways, so try not to get lost.
It's like really light.
Yeah, it's really light, but it's definitely sweet.
That's the milk cream. They just whip it, and then the cream comes out. That's the cream milk.
For me, this is whipping cream back home.
Yeah.
While Lucknow is one of India's cultural capitals, our next city, Varanasi, is one of India's religious capitals. This city along the river Ganges in Uttar Pradesh is considered the holiest of the 7 sacred cities in both Hinduism and Jainism. The city also played an important role in the development of Ravidasya and Buddhism. The birthplace of Buddhism is located close by, in the nearby city of Sarnath, which is a perfect day trip for those who want to dive even further into India's cultural and religious history. As a city with rich religious roots, it should come at no surprise that Varanasi oozes a deep feeling of spirituality and stillness despite the fact that it's a loud and bustling city. Many of my favorite places to visit in Varanasi were its temples, including Durga Mandir Temple, Sankat Mochan Hanuman Temple, and new Vishawatha Temple. And for a real spiritual awakening, I recommend taking a boat ride down the river Ganges to slowly ride past the city's 84 ghats at sunrise or sunset. Even if you're not religious, it's one of the most incredible things you can do anywhere in India and should be on everyone's bucket list.
The last dish we're trying on this food tour is churamata, which is rice with beans and dried fruits. They put it there, they basically mix it on a sizzle. Oh, I love this one. Wow.
In at number 5 is the city of Jaipur, a historical royal capital located in the northern Indian state of Rajasthan. This 18th century city is known as an early example of a planned Indian city, as it's one of the first cities in the country to have regular streets and 4 city gates that face one of the 4 cardinal points. Jaipur is nicknamed the Pink City because many of the buildings have a rose-colored tint. And while the city serves as a gateway to other cities in Rajasthan like Jodhpur, Jaisalmer, and Mount Abu, there's plenty to do in Jaipur. You can't visit the city without stopping by the city palace in the heart of the old city. Another highlight is the honeycomb-like facade of the nearby Jama Mahal, a palace made of pink sandstone and is easily one of India's greatest architectural marvels. History buffs should head just north of the town to the Alavali range, where you'll find Amir Fort, Jagir Fort, and Nahargarh Fort, which formed an imposing, interconnected defense ring that kept the city safe during war times. When you get hungry, take a nighttime street food tour with my friends at Hungry Walks and Delhi Food Walks for dinner, and stop by Torba Rooftop Cafe for a unique Rajasthani thali for lunch.
You know what I like about it? It's very different from Northern Indian cuisine, you know? And I like how the bread, how it's so crumbly. Lots of vegetables.
Up next is the city of Mumbai, formerly known as Bombay. This massive seaport in the state of Maharashtra is home to over 21 million people when you include its metropolitan area. So, as you might expect, Mumbai is loud, congested, and chaotic, but it's also one of the best cities to visit if you want to get a real feel for what India's like. The city has been a major seaport since the 18th century and is now India's financial and entertainment capital. The list of attractions to visit in Mumbai is never ending, from the iconic gateway to India to the amazing cave temples at Elephanta Island. You also should not miss the global Vipassana Pagoda, which is the largest freestanding pagoda in the world, and the Gothic Victorian CSMT train station. Near the train station is an amazing street food market where you can try lots of local favorites. Try the amazing tomato and potato dish known as Pav Bhaji at Cannon Pav Bhaji, as well as the Sev Puri at Dahi Puri at nearby stalls. You should also head to Elko restaurant in the Bandra neighborhood to try the iconic street food called Pani Puri, and to Muhammad Ali Road to eat everything from kebabs to chicken lollipops. You'll find delicious Indian seafood on Mud Island and some of Mumbai's best street food at Juhu Beach, where you can find one of my favorite street food dishes of all time, paneer chili.
Just dig in and enjoy the taste.
While you're in Mumbai, you would be remiss if you didn't make the 3-hour drive to Pune, the second most populous city in the state of Maharashtra. The city is considered the state's cultural capital and used to be an important political center. It's now known as the Oxford of the East because it's home to many well-regarded educational institutions which attract students and professors from all around the world. While you're in town, I suggest checking out Shinawar Wada Fortress and the gorgeous Shramanath Dagdushtet Halwai Janopati Temple. I also recommend hiking up to Bhavarati Hill to visit the Hindu temples at the very top, but do it early in the morning so you're not making the climb with the sun directly overhead. Food-wise, do not miss the amazing Masal Puri, Pani Puri, and Sponge Dosa on GM Road, as well as a spicy masala pav at Bedekar Tea Stall, and the meaty and flavorful keema pao at Good Luck Cafe. And if you're really having an appetite, head over to House of Paratha for their Buhabali Thali, a monstrous thali that consists of a 22-inch wide stuffed paratha, over a dozen side dishes, and different breads and rice. It's a dish fit for a king.
Yummy. Oh yeah. The earthy flavor there. Oh man.
For a deep dive into South Indian cuisine and culture, there are few cities more immersive than Hyderabad, the capital of the state of Telangana. It's also an important historical city and is well known for its incredible architecture. It's sometimes referred to as the City of Pearls because of its history as a pearl and diamond trading center. One of the most prominent historical sites is Charminar, a beautiful and intricate monument and mosque that has stood over the city since 1591. Another popular attraction is the giant Buddha statue that stands on a small island in the middle of Sagar Lake. You should also check out Golconda Fort, a 16th century fortified citadel that once housed the famous Koh-i-Noor and Hope Diamonds. Food-wise, you can't go wrong with the gourmet southern Indian food at Ulavachura, or the gooey and cheesy Italian-inspired pizza dosa at Ram Ki Bandi. Have it with some refreshing coconut chutney and idli. It will blow your mind. If you want a bigger dosa, check out the giant dosa at Chutney's restaurant, which comes with a number of yummy chutneys and a vegetable-rich sambar. But Hyderabad is known for its biryani, a flavorful layered rice dish that's popular throughout India. You can try multiple variations at Paradise Restaurant. I recommend the veg and mutton biryanis, which are so amazing they make your mouth water just thinking about them.
Oh, look at that egg.
Oh.
The flavors in that egg are out of control.
The next Indian city you must visit is Amritsar, located in the northern state of Punjab, not too far from the India-Pakistan border. The city was founded in 1577 by a Sikh guru named Guru Ram Das, and is considered the holiest city in the Sikh religion. It's also a popular pilgrimage site. The people I met there are some of the warmest and most generous I've met in my 13 years of traveling. Just minutes after I landed there, a friendly group of Sikh men graciously gifted me a beautiful turban. Kindness and generosity are common themes in Amritsar, which is also known for its rich and fatty Punjabi cuisine. Try the kulcha and the chole masala at Behawalan Kulcha Shop, and the delicious paneer burji at Tara Chand in Old Amritsar. You can also enjoy a thick, creamy and buttery lassi at Jani Punjabi Lassi. Site-wise, the daily Atari Wagah flag ceremony at the India-Pakistan border is a must. The Hindu Durga Temple is a beautiful place to escape the crowds, but Amritsar's top attraction is the Golden Temple, a Sikh temple where everyone is welcome and treated equally, regardless of their religion, race, caste, or creed. I suggest visiting their langar or kitchen and enjoying a meal with other visitors. Over 100,000 people are served there every day, and the entire place is full of positive energy that had me feeling overwhelmed by the end of my visit. I literally broke down in tears.
So there is no caste, no color, no religion.
Wow.
Everybody just sit together. It just down your ego. So that's why this institution of Langar has been started by the first master.
Wow.
From northern India, we head back south to the state of Karnataka to visit its capital, Bengaluru, formerly known as Bangalore. Bengaluru is a large, cosmopolitan city that boasts a multicultural atmosphere. It's India's third most populous city, and although it's considered a mega city today, it started as a mud fort back in 1537. If you'd like to explore Bengaluru's storied past, I recommend taking the time to visit Bangalore Fort, which stands on the site of the original mud fort that the city was built around. You also shouldn't miss Tipu Sultan's Summer Palace, an 18th century Indo-Islamic palace that is known for its many balconies and walkways. There's no shortage of amazing southern Indian food in Bengaluru, but I recommend eating a buttery dosa at Vidyarthi Bhavan restaurant and the super spicy banana leaf meal at Shivaji Military Hotel. But the most exciting place to eat in Bengaluru is Vivi Puram Food Street, where you can try everything from floating pani puri to tate idli to fire pan.
Oh my god.
Another southern Indian city you cannot miss when you travel through the country is Chennai, the capital of the state of Tamil Nadu. The city was once called Madras and is the largest cultural, economic, and educational hub in southern India. It's known for its beautiful recreational areas, including its beaches, as it's located on the Coromandel coast along the Bay of Bengal. Its location by the ocean makes it one of the best places in India to try Indian seafood. The seafood is so fresh and tasty that National Geographic named Chennai one of their top food cities in the world in 2015. The best place to try some Tamil seafood is Marina Beach. I recommend the famous Sundari Akka Kadai food stall for their fish fry and prawn gravy, as well as the neighboring stall for some of the best stir-fried squid I've ever eaten in my life. Other food spots you must hit up include Sukhobai Biryani for their outstanding beef dishes and Thambi Villas for exotic dishes like fried mutton brain and spicy mutton intestines. Attraction-wise, you can't beat Kapalaswara Temple, a stunning house of worship that features colorful Tamil architecture. There, my friend Deepak applied some sacred Vibhuti ash and kumkuma to my forehead and wrapped a holy thread around my wrist. A kind and welcoming gesture that made my temple visit one I will never forget.
This is my first time trying Indian seafood. I'll tell you, it's up there with the top seafood I've ever had in my life. I just love how they mix curry in it, make it spicy, and they make it so rich in flavors.
Further north up India's eastern coast is the city of Kolkata, located in the state of West Bengal. Kolkata lies less than 50 miles from the Indian border with Bangladesh and is home to the country's oldest operating port. The city was once known as Calcutta until its name changed in 2001 and served as the capital of British India for 2 centuries. Today, it's the main commercial, cultural, and educational hub in East India. There's a lot to do in Kolkata, but one of my favorite things was to explore the New Market, a labyrinth-like maze of shops and vendors where you can find just about anything, from clothing to statues to street food. Speaking of dynamic food, you have to head to a local institution called Nizam's in the New Market area, which is where the original kathi roll was invented. The tender, juicy mutton kebab paired with the onions, chilies, and buttery paratha are heaven sent. I also recommend exploring the street food stalls of Dakar Lane, as well as authentic Indo-Chinese flavors at Teradi Bazaar. The Cheyenne Bazaar and the Shobha Bazaar neighborhoods on the north side of the town are great places to try meaty dishes like slow-cooked mutton and Bengali seafood, and the Bengali sweets like rasgulla at Putiram sweet shops.
Super decadent, super sweet, lots of sugar. Oh my god.
The next Indian city you must visit is another one I have tons of fond memories of, Ahmedabad, located in the state of Gujarat. Ahmedabad is India's 5th most populous city and India's first UNESCO World Heritage City due to the historical and cultural significance of many of its sites. One of these is the Gandhi Ashram at Sabarmati, the home where the freedom fighter Gandhi lived with his wife. The home now serves as a museum. I also suggest visiting the beautiful Adalaj Stepwell, a UNESCO World Heritage Site just outside of the town, and it was built in the Indo-Islamic style and dates back to 1498. You also should not miss the Sidi Sayyad Mosque and its intricate designed windows, and take the opportunity to tour one of the city's famous Pole neighborhoods. For some of Ahmedabad's best foods, try the Byangan Ka Bharta and Lasagna Batata at Rajwadu Restaurant and the stellar Gujarat Thali at Agaisha Restaurant. If you're a meaty eater, you can't miss the chicken, mutton, and seafood in the Batiyar Gali. And if you're craving veg food, take a trip to the Manikchuk area for a cheesy gin dosa or some pav bhaji.
If you love chocolate, you love cheese, it's for you.
Yeah.
Good.
India is such a large and diverse country that sometimes it's easy to overlook the cities that lie off the beaten path. One of these cities is Guwahati, the largest city in northeast India. Guwahati is located along the Brahmaputra River in the state of Assam, which is part of the Seven Sisters, the 7 states that make up the northeastern region of the country. Guwahati is steeped in ancient myths and legends, and is thought to be one of the ancient cities of Asia. There are many houses of worship in Guwahati, earning it the nickname the City of Temples. Some of these temples include Ganesha Temple, Latasil, and the 18th century Navagraha Temple, better known as the 9-Planet Temple. Just don't feed the local monkeys while you're there. They can be pretty aggressive. If you want some standard Indian fare, try the amazing puchkas and mouth-watering sweet parathas with aloo ki sabji in Fancy Bazaar. And to try authentic Assamese cuisine, head over to Michinga Ethnic Cuisine for their phenomenal Upper Assamese Mughlai thali, which features some amazing mutton and eggplant. You should also not miss the more exotic Parampara thali at Paradise Restaurant, which features pigeon with a dark and rich sesame curry and a heavenly fish in mustard sauce. There's a lot of meat inside the head. Oh wow, that was good. Another city you must visit in the northeast state of Assam is Jorhat, located roughly 180 miles east of Guwahati along the Brahmaputra River. As the location of the medieval Ahom kingdom from 1228 to 1826, the state of Assam has a rich history. Some of the history can be explored in Jorhat, which served as the Ahom capital from 1794 until the kingdom fell 32 years later. One of the best places in town to learn about the history of the Ahom kingdom is the Sokha Pa Memorial, which is dedicated to the kingdom's founder, a Thai prince named Sokha Fa. Of course, outside of digging into its history, another great way to explore the culture of Jorhat is with your taste buds. But be warned, the people of Jorhat like their food spicy. If you can handle the heat, head over to Break Time Restaurant for their Fury Pulled Chicken Momos, which are like a small inferno in your mouth. You can also try flaming hot pani puri right on the street. But if you want something less hot, check out the Upper Assamese thali at Chowk Ethnic Cuisine, the sweet and sour Raj Kachori at Crunchy Bites, and a smoky tandoori chicken at Neve's. It has like a creamy glaze. Once you've gotten a taste of Jorhat's food and history, take a day trip to the next location you must visit in India, Majuli Island. Yes, I know, Majuli Island isn't technically a city, but it would be a crime not to include this one-of-a-kind cultural hotspot on my list of places you must see in India. This massive island is located in the middle of the Brahmaputra River, roughly 1 hour ferry ride from the port of Namati Ghat in Jorhat. At 136 square miles in area, Majuli Island is either the largest or second largest river island in the world, depending on who you ask. But more importantly, Majuli Island is considered the cradle of Assamese culture. More specifically, it's home to a denomination of Hinduism called Neo-Vaishnava culture. On the island, you'll find satras, which are institutional centers associated with Vaishnavism. I recommend visiting the Sri Sri Uttar Kalambari Satra, where you'll find beautiful paintings of Lord Rama, Lord Hanuman, and Garuda. But the highlight of Majuli Island is the Nathan Chumaguri Satra, where you'll find the famous mask makers of Majuli Island, who have been practicing their craft since the 17th century. Their bright and elaborate masks are made from bamboo, clay, and cow dung, and are made to look like gods, demons, and other figures from Hindu mythology. Here, you'll learn how and why the masks are made, and even witness a traditional performance. Afterwards, you can buy some of the smaller masks for just around 600 rupees or $8.65 USD. It's a cultural experience you can't get anywhere else. How do I put this on? Oh my god, here we go.
Yeah, you look really like a devil.
About a 5-hour drive south from Guwahati will take you to the next Indian city you have to visit, Shillong, the capital and largest city of the state of Meghalaya. It is by far one of the most unique Indian cities I've ever visited. From my observation, the people and culture in Meghalaya seem to have a lot of similarities to some I had experienced in Southeast Asia. You'll likely notice them too when you visit the Yoda Market, a traditional bazaar where you can find everything from fruit to vegetables to dry fish. Because much of the population here is Christian, beef isn't considered taboo in this part of India. So don't be surprised if you see people carrying entire skinned cow carcasses to nearby stalls to be butchered. When you're ready to eat, try the pork-heavy Meghalaya dish like jado, doklai, and pork intestine sausages at Nak Kasi restaurant. If your taste buds can handle the fire, try some super spicy Naga cuisine at Naga Mandarin restaurant. Just be prepared for the pork and bamboo curry and smoked beef chutney to set your tongue and throat on fire. You should also visit the police bazaar in the morning and at night for breakfast and dinner food tours, and explore during the day to shop for clothing and accessories. And to enjoy unparalleled views of Shillong from above, make the trip to the top of Shillong Peak to take in the city and surrounding area. And if you have time, take day trips from Shillong to other locations around Meghalaya like Mokdok, Cherrapunji, and the Daki area to get a real feel of what this state is like. Every day in Meghalaya was an adventure.
Oh, it's freezing.
So true.
Oh, I need it. Can I drink this water?
We can't talk about big cities in India without mentioning the most populous city in the country's deep south, Thiruvananthapuram, which is better known for its former name, Trivandrum. This city in southern Kerala is one of India's ancient cities and was a prominent spice trading post around 1000 BC. Hindu travelers should go inside the beautiful Sri Padmanabha Swami Temple, a 16th century temple that is said to be the richest in the world, with over 22 billion worth of gold and jewels unearthed there. I also recommend getting a peek at the local life at Kerala's busiest street market, Chalai Bazaar, and soak up some of the sun at the crescent-shaped Kovalam beach. For breakfast, I highly recommend the rich beef curry and flanky parotas at Good Morning Hotel. When lunchtime rolls around, head over to Idanaram restaurant to eat their phenomenal Pasham Pori, or banana fry, and Potho curry, which is a flavorful and earthy buffalo roast curry. Or if you want to try traditional sadai, which is served on a banana leaf, go to Mother's Veg Plaza. For a taste of some of Kerala's signature spice, try the baby chicken fry at Kathal's Chicken in Chalai Bazaar. Try it with some chapati and some fatty gravy if it gets too hot for you.
Let's go in. Oh my god. Baby chickens. That's delicious.
No trip to southern India is complete without visiting the next city on our list, Kochi. Located along Kerala's Arabian Sea coast, Kochi has been an important port city since ancient times. The city was a prominent spice trading post that was known to the Greeks, Arabs, Chinese, Syrians, and Jews in antiquity. And in 1503, the area known as Fort Kochi became the first European colony in India. Echoes of Kochi's colonial past still remain in the city, as Dutch, Portuguese, and British architecture can be found throughout Fort Kochi. While you're there, be sure to check out St. Francis Church, which is as old as the fort itself and is one of the oldest European churches in India. You also should not miss Kochi's famous Chinese fishing nets, which hang over the shoreline and are known for their elegant and graceful appearance. The local Jewish quarters are also a must visit, as you'll find a number of impressive craft vendors, souvenir shops, and textile stores in the area, along with the oldest synagogue in the Commonwealth nations. When you get hungry, I recommend heading up to Upper Berth Restaurant at the Coral Isle Hotel for their succulent and mouth-watering prawn curry. But if you'd prefer some street food, scan the local stalls for vendors selling beef dry fry, chicken fry, and a fantastic egg dosa with a tangy tomato chutney sold by a roaming food truck.
Let's scrambled eggs.
Further north from Kochi, along Kerala's North Malabar coast, you'll find the final city on our list, Calicut. With roots that go back over 2 millennia, Calicut is an ancient city that traded spices with Arab merchants early in its history. It later grew into a major spice trading post and became known as the City of Spices. On May 17, 1498, a Portuguese explorer named Vasco da Gama landed at Capat Beach near Calicut, becoming the first European to reach India via the sea route. That route took him south from Portugal, around the southern tip of Africa, and back north through the Indian Ocean. The discovery of that route directly contributed to India's seafaring spice trade exploding in the years that followed. Today, Calicut is Kerala's third largest city. Capat Beach is one of the top attractions, along with the pillar-shaped monument that marks the location where Vasco da Gama landed in the state. Another popular attraction is the Mishkal Mosque, a medieval mosque that is unique because it doesn't have a dome or minaret. If you'd like to shop for snacks, jewelry, souvenirs, or clothing, you can't beat Koyanko Bazaar along SM Street. After doing your shopping, I recommend visiting the nearby Blade Barbershop for a super relaxing haircut, shave, wash, and head massage, all for less than $6 US. Food-wise, you must try the Calicut Biryani at Kutuchira Biryani Center. It comes with crispy onions, ginger, cashews, onions, tomatoes, and more, and can be topped with chicken, fish, or buffalo meat. I also recommend the briny sardine curry, cassava biryani, and faluda at the Shap family restaurant, and the macro biryani and drool-inducing squid thoran at Modern Restaurant. No lie, the biryanis in Calicut are up there with the kinds you'll find in Hyderabad.
I don't know how to say it, but it's like the bad boy of the sea.
And that's it, guys. Those are the top 20 cities you must visit in India. And while this isn't a definite list of every amazing location in India, it will give you a peek at what this incredible country is all about. India is one of the most diverse countries I've ever visited. Every 50 kilometers, the language changes, the food changes, the culture changes, so there's lots to explore between each city. You could spend a lifetime exploring India and still barely scratch the surface of everything it has to offer. It's the ultimate travel destination for curious travelers, and this is why I go back so often. I hope you loved this video of the top 20 cities you must visit when you go to India. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below if you've ever been to India. Any other cities you suggest I add for my next trip. I think next time I'll probably go either Nagaland and Manipur, or I'll go to Himachal Pradesh or Tamil Nadu. I mean, I'm really open about where to go, but the next trip, it's one of those areas, 2 weeks minimum, deep exploration. Well guys, I hope you loved the video. If you did, subscribe to the channel for more awesome food travel content. I'll see you in the next travel food adventure somewhere around the world. Hopefully India soon. Namaste.